Hello YouTube and welcome to our 25th Unity tutorial. And I know I said in the previous tutorial we was going to do the ammo for one of the bullets, but each ammo I tried to come up with is already kind of done in our game already, or it needs some more development. So the Fuss Road Dar from Skyrim, that's still in development at the moment. I've put a sphere in front of his mouth, pushed it outwards and expanded it, and what I'm going to do is add some particle effects to it so it looks like smoke, hide the sphere so it's still there but it's invisible, and make it all shake when it does it, and then I'll put it in tutorial. And the Scorpion Spear from Mortal Kombat, I'm still working on that, because if we stretch it, like I said when I showed you ages ago, the rope texture stretches and it looks bad. But if we put loads of hinges on, for the amount of hinges we need to use, I need to figure out how to keep recreating it, and it's also quite processor heavy, so less powerful computers won't be able to run it. So I'm still trying to figure something out. I keep thinking of like different ones, but every single one I think of is kind of like the Hadouken or Falcon Punch, and we've kind of already got them, so yeah. But what we're going to do in this tutorial is develop the player's inventory and allow him to store wood from chopped trees. This is a simple script because we've already done all the coding. There is just one bit that's changed which we haven't covered yet, which I'll show you. What we're going to do though is whenever the player collects a coin so far, it goes into his inventory or his player's money. And what we're going to do is quickly just at the beginning rename the player's money to player inventory. So we convert it so his inventory stores his money, wood and everything else. So it's all good. And eventually we might be able to add a weight system, so each wood's 0.2 kilograms or something, and it goes up each time, and when it reaches a limit of 200, I don't know, it cuts off. So if you've ever played games that do that, yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head. So what we're going to do first is go to our scripts folder and our player stats, then player's money. Here we have a player money which stores our money, which is good, but we don't want that at the moment. So if we close that and rename this to player inventory, there we go. And when it loads, it should say an error. There we go. Item collection is unknown identifier, which is the player money, which is what we want. So if we go to our collection script, which we attach to our character to collect the Hadouken and coin, as you can see, this goes to the player's money, which we don't want. So we'll change this to inventory, copy that, paste it here. There we go. So now it'll go to the player's inventory, which is this. So that's it, no more errors. So that'll work the exact same. We'll just do a quick test just to make sure it does, because if it doesn't, then it's a bit pointless. So just click this. There we go. Still works. Yep, all good. So now what we're going to do is create a new variable in our inventory. So we'll just, yeah, we'll note it out because this will get a lot. So we'll call this one money, and this one we will call wood, because we might have different types of wood: wooden planks, wooden sticks. Yeah, so we'll call this one. What would be a good name just so we can get it started? Yeah, we'll just call it players wood. Yeah, we'll just call it normal players wood, like that, because I can't think of no else. Like, we could call it planks, but yeah. So at the moment he's got 0 wood, which is okay. And for our dirty little minded friends out there, please not in the comments. Yeah. So, and now what we're gonna do is go back to our project folder, and in our landscape folder and trees, we're going to drag tree growth in there, which should have been in there a while ago. And we're going to make a new script inside this folder, and we're going to call it tree chop, just to fit in with the outline. There we go. So here, firstly, we're going to start off with the magnitude, which we used for our voice. So if we go back and just copy and paste it, it'll save us a lot of coding. So if we go to enemy and Darth Vader speech, as you can see, we've got the var player equals the character's position, which is good. We've also got the var move direction, and then we've got the magnitude, which we want to copy all of that, everything in this function update. and we're going to stick it in the tree chop like so. But we do need to modify this a little bit. So if we look at the player variable, the vector3, it equals to the character's position, which was a variable. But since we don't want to be equipping our character to each tree we drag down or we place down, what we're going to do is make it automatically search for itself. So it'll search for the character. So before the character, we're just going to type game object dot capital F find bracket speech mark and like that. And then after this, we're going to put dot transform and dot position, which is there. So that's been modified for the good. The move direction is fine because it goes to the player, which automatically searches for itself. So we want to create this view distance variable again. So var view distance. Actually, we'll not call it view distance. We'll call it chop radius. Well, yeah, chop distance, because then it'll make more sense because trees can't see. So that's that, because this will be attached to the actual tree. So yeah. So we've got that, and that will equal, we'll set it as 10, because 10 random top-up number. And we don't need any audio playing yet, we will do soon though. So now we've got that, we need a way to tell when the character is in range of it. Because if we put it in here, every single time the character is in the chop distance, this code will activate, which can mess it up. So what we're going to do is here, we're going to create boolean. So we'll note it out so it's all neat, and we're going to call this one is var in range equals false. So if it equals false, what we're going to do is make it, if it in range is false, then we can't chop it. However, if we are in range and we press a key, I don't know, we'll use backspace, which is the code I've trained it with, and then it'll start chopping. So in range will equal true in here, equals true. All good. So below this, we'll make an if statement. If in range equals true to equals, like so, which is all good. And then we're going to do our standard if input dot get key up, which we've done many times. Input dot get key up, like so. And then usually we would put a speech mark, then whatever, so say we want a backspace, we'd type backspace like so, and then we'd bracket it and then put a code in. However, it won't recognise backspace, and you can put it without a capital, you can do whatever you like, it won't recognise it. What we have to do is go another way around it, so get rid of this speech marks, and before the word backspace put key code, capital K, capital C, dot backspace, and that will work. Basically that says go for the key code listed as backspace. You can also do this as W or anything, but I personally find the speech marks a lot easier than writing key code every single time. So yeah, it's only one word extra, but still. So now we could put our backspace in, chop the tree, tree's dead, we add 1 wood, which is good. But what kind of games like you instantly chop wood down in 1 second flat? It's not very good. So what we're going to do is add a small timer into it, and we've done this timer many times. So add a new function called function timer. It can be called anything you like. And in this timer we're going to do yield, wait 4 seconds. So I was bleeding then. And then how many? What's a good seconds? In fact, we'll create a new variable for this. Call it here var chop time equals, and we'll just set it for 5 at the moment so it's quick. And we'll stick this chop time in here, and then that's that. Now we want to destroy this game object, which will be the tree, because after the 5 seconds is gone we want it gone, we don't want to keep it anymore. So we'll destroy bracket game object, which means destroy this game object, whatever it's attached to. We could also put game object dot and then create a variable for character or something, but I'm just going to keep it like this. And then finally we're going to add it to the player's inventory here. So the player's wood, we want that, but we also want the player's inventory. So if we just go here and collect player's inventory there, dot, so it saves us typing that back out. And under tree chop, player's inventory dot player's wood, which is here, plus equals 1. So we get 1 wood for every 1 tree. Sounds reasonable enough. You can increase this if you like, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it like that. So at the moment we've got no way to reach this timer, so if we stick it here, there we go. So basically I'll run through this. Creates 2 variables, one for our character's position in vector 3 world space, and then one for it figures out the distance between this game object and the player's position in vector 3. And then if the player's distance, if this object's distance is close to the player and the player is in chop distance, which is 10, then the in range equals true. And if in range is true and the player presses backspace for our new input command, and then it will activate the timer, which is this, and it will wait for chop time, which is 5 seconds. Then it will destroy the game object, which is what we want, and then it will place our players wood by 1, which is pretty much it all done. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I was just checking my notes, but yeah, okay. So that's done. Now we'll just try it on 1 tree for the moment, just in case it don't work. We don't want to have to take it off every single tree, but I know it's going to work. I've got a feeling for this, yeah. So if we highlight this tree, press F to zoom in, there's our tiny tree. So here, we'll attach it to this. So if we go to chop tree, chop. So chop distance 5, all good. Actually, I've just figured out our little glitch in the program here. There is nothing disabling in range. So when we enter in range, it will always be in range of that tree, which is not good. So what we're just going to do is add an else if statement, else if, and then we're going to copy all of this, paste it back in, and then change this less than to more than. Wrong one, that way. So basically, if the move directions dot magnitude is less than the chop distance, so if it's in range, then it can chop. However, if it's out of the range, then it will be false. Just fixed it there. That's not on my notes. Well, go me. Cookie for all you people who spotted that. Yeah, and cookie for everyone else who didn't, just because I'm generous. So, we've got a null reference exception. Line 14, which is, it doesn't understand character. I bet it's because it's a capital. What did I say? It's a capital. So we paste capital in, and now fingers crossed it should work 100%. Fingers crossed, please work. Yes. Right, so I'm just gonna grab this, finish this dude off because he's gonna be here forever. In tutorials coming up as well, I'm gonna fix this as magnitude so it doesn't shoot at us unless we're in range, because then it'll be a lot better. So at the moment we can chop the tree down at any height, but that's just good. So press it, wait 5 seconds, chop, tree is gone, but we have no way to tell if it's entered our thing. So we're going to go back to this and go to here, and we're going to go print and then copy this player's wood, just so we can see how much we do have. Fingers crossed. I'm not going to kill that guy now, but we have definitely got to fix his range. It's just exactly the same we've done, just 2-3 lines. So 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5 second. There we go. And as you can see, we have 1 wood. We are special. And if I remember rightly, it's equipped it to just 1. So what we're going to do is go to our prefabs, big tree auto growth, and drag our scripts to tree chop onto it. Chop. There we go. So the reason we've set it as variables is so we can have different trees. Like palm trees will probably be a less time to chop it. However, these trees are better. And then we can add some more trees and get some more and blah blah blah. Yeah. So that should be it. So if we try it now, in fact, before we do, I want to get this and I want to duplicate it. Then move it down here just to make sure we can have 2. So we're going to move it, come here. Two trees going at the exact same speed. 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5 second, chop. There's a problem there. So that's a small glitch in it. It decides to chop both. Cool. So, well, we've got one chopping, and in the next tutorial, it's probably a one-liner which we need to fix for that. Actually, I just figured it out. It's because the trees are so close together. So if we move that one all the way over there, I don't know what it is. I think it's 10 pixels, but 10 pixels is really small, but I'm not sure. I'll have to find that out. But we are easily enough 10 away, so I've clicked it, and fingers crossed it should only chop one. There we go. And it's gave us 2. Oh well. So go back to here, chop this one. Chop, 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 chop. There we go. And we have 4. So apparently it's giving us 2 at a time now. So anyway, at least it works for now. So that's stable. It's half stable. It gives us it kind of. This one had more. This one had 2. That's why. So we get rid of that. And that one had 2. There we go. So we've got rid of them. The reason it was is because we put 2 scripts on it of the same. So every time we cut it, it'd activate both scripts. That's why it was doing it. So 10 units of Unity, we need to figure out what that is, because then it'll help us a lot. But that's it. So we now can chop trees down. And just to prove that it does work. Oh, and what I'm thinking as well is if I pause this here and go back to this full screen, a little icon up here, like an axe, top next to the life bar, and this axe moves backwards and forwards when we're chopping. And what we can do is we come into range, like pop up a little icon down here saying press C to chop, or press backspace to chop, press anything to chop, and that'll be all good. So at the moment I've set it as backspace. You can set it to wherever you like. Chop. There we go. 1 wood. All good. So this is leading us on more to our shop. If you don't want backspace, you can just get rid of this here and put basically anything you want. So put your speech marks in. Say you want C, that's how to chop. You can now chop with C. So I've just put backspace as an example because I don't know. We can also do Control and keys and Alt and keys, or 2 keys at once. But we'll do that later tutorials. So that's it. So thanks for watching. Please like it and suggest another bullet, please. I can't think of any. I've even posted on Yahoo Answers to try and figure it out, but that's not happening. So yeah, please like it and comment. See you later.